Chapter 683, The Radioactive Planet Villain. It starts at Gotham Royal York Elementary School. We were in Mrs. Johnson's class and she had a special announcement. Mrs. Johnson, okay class. I have a special project and contest for you all. This week is gonna be very special for all of us. Next Monday is Earth Day. Everyone was excited for that. Even me. But Rusty was stumped. Rusty, what's Earth Day? Me, Rusty. It's on April 22nd and it's the day we give thanks and appreciation to the planet we live on, planet Earth. Mrs. Johnson, that's right JD. And Earth is also the embodiment of planet Earth, so she is very special for us. Earth, thanks Mrs. Johnson. Lincoln, this is gonna be so awesome. Me, it sure is buddy. Earth Day is one of my favorite holidays. It may not be a major holiday, but it is a special one. The reason we do this holiday is because we recycle all the stuff that is non-biodegradable and reusable. Here, let me show you. I pull out a holographic globe of the Earth and turn out the lights. A holographic globe of the Earth appeared. Me, the planet Earth, our home planet. 4.6 billion years of majestic history. Earth has been our home planet for 200,000 years, ever since the Great Ice Age. But as humans progressed over the centuries, we've been damaging our home and our planet by poisoning it with garbage, pollution, and all kinds of dangerous things. The one that we have to watch the most is the ozone layer. Zach, what is the ozone layer? Me, it's the shield that protects our planet from the sun's ultraviolet radiation. The sun is a ball of hydrogen and helium gas that is extremely radioactive. Without the ozone layer, all life as we know it would cease to exist. Lainey, that's right. That's why the ozone protects us from the Sunday. The sun would destroy us if we didn't have it. Me, that's right Lainey. We're damaging the ozone layer as much as the Earth and the oceans. We're damaging the ozone with chemical gases called chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs. These are dangerous and poisonous chemical gases that dissolve at the ozone layer very slowly. Stella, where do they come from? Me, they can be found in many things. They come from styrofoam containers and cups, hairspray and aerosol cans, car exhaust and even refrigerators. Clyde, I didn't know that they come from refrigerators. Lincoln, me neither. Me, I was surprised myself. Another source that's destroying our atmosphere is air pollution. This is all bad air that comes from major industrial facilities like coal, gas, oil, and even nuclear energy. Girl Jordan, where do we get all that energy from? Me, well, we get all those from the decaying remains of the things that died out over time. We get all the things we need from things we call fossil fuels. These make coal, gas, and oil. These are very poisonous and they pump a lot of a dangerous gas into our atmosphere called carbon dioxide. Lincoln, I know that type of gas. Lainey, yeah, that stuff is poisonous. Me, it is. Carbon dioxide is a poisonous gas that comes from many sources. It comes from industrial facilities, cars, and even the air we breathe out. Also, carbon dioxide comes from another source, volcanoes. When a volcano erupts, it shoots massive amounts of ash, rock, dust, and poisonous gas into the air. Carbon dioxide is part of its chemical composition. Lincoln, that's right. We learned that on our global trip and when we rescued all those people in Dante's Peak. Me, we sure did buddy. But another danger is also affecting our forests, clear cutting. Zach, what's clear cutting? Me, that's where they cut down all the trees in a forest and destroy it completely. Everyone gasped. Me, it's a dangerous thing, and when you destroy all the trees, you deprive Earth and all life on the planet the one thing we need to live, oxygen to breathe. Without plants, they can't make the oxygen we need to breathe. Girl Jordan, that's horrible. Lainey, take it from me Girl Jordan. Me and Krista stopped a major clear-cutting operation in Australia and saved a whole forest from total destruction. Lincoln, I remember that Lainey. You two did a great job. Me, they sure did. Also, here's an interesting fact. All the paper we make and all the dollar bills we have is made from trees. We use paper to make newspapers, comic books, books we read, and even the money we use on a daily basis, and all that paper is made from trees. Lincoln, I didn't know that. Clyde, that is a surprise. Stella, it sure is. Me, yep. But as we're turning trees into paper, we're also destroying the homes of many animals across the planet. Lainey, that's awful. Lincoln, yet. Me, yep. And here's another fact. We're also destroying the oceans. Girl Jordan, how are we doing that? Me, we're destroying our oceans and our sea life by throwing trash and garbage into the ocean. We throw glass bottles, plastic soda can ties, and even aluminum, plastic, and fishing nets. Lincoln, that's awful. Clyde, it sure is. Throwing trash and junk into the ocean is one of the most dangerous things anyone can do. Me, you got that right, Clyde. Also, we're contaminating our land and our seas with another deadly pollutant, toxic waste. Lainey, that stuff is gross. Me, it is. Toxic waste is the leftover waste that comes from industrial facilities and factories. It's really nasty stuff, and every year we produce over 400 million tons of hazardous waste. This stuff destroys everything it touches. Girl Jordan, that's awful. Lincoln, I saw what that stuff can do. It's horrible stuff. Me, yep. So not only are we endangering the land, the air, and the ocean with all kinds of dangerous and poisonous materials, but we're also endangering the animals all over the world. Like elephants, whales, polar bears, and any kind of animal we can think of. It's not a pretty sight. Lainey, that is absolutely awful. Lincoln, I can't believe that all this is happening to our planet. Me, yet. We have to do something to stop it. Or else our planet and the human race won't be around for much longer. So what do you say, everyone? Shall we band together and save our planet and make it a better place and a more beautiful home than ever? Everyone, yet. I turned the lights back on. Mrs. Johnson, great presentation, JD. That was a truly inspirational demonstration. Me, thanks Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson, you're welcome, JD. I went back to my seat. Mrs. Johnson, now this is the project. From today until April 22nd, you all have to find and bring in all the recyclable materials you can find. Me, oh yet. Clyde, what kind of materials are there? Me, we have to find all the materials that can be recycled. Have you all heard of the recycling triangle? Everyone but Lainey, no. Me, the recycling triangle is the symbol that shows the cycle of recycling. It's the 3 Rs of recycling: recycle, reuse, and renew. Mrs. Johnson, that's right, JD. For this contest, you have to find as many recyclable materials as possible. Glass, plastic, newspaper, aluminum, copper, all that. You all will be divided into teams for this project. Me, this is gonna be interesting. Mrs. Johnson, it sure is. And the winner that brings in the most recyclable materials will get this. The camera turned and it showed an awesome globe trophy that was in the shape of the planet Earth, and it had a halo above it, and the symbol of recycling was on the planet Earth. Mrs. Johnson, the Earth Day Greatest Recycler Trophy. Me, wow. What a trophy. Lainey, that is an amazing trophy. Lincoln, it sure is. Mrs. Johnson, it sure is a nice trophy. Now here are the teams. Mrs. Johnson went over the teams. Mrs. Johnson, for Team 12 we have JD, Knudsen, Lincoln, and Lainey Loud, and Clyde McBride. JD, you are team captain. Me, affirmative, Mrs. Johnson. Everyone, may the best recycler win. Everyone agreed. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. After the school day was done, we got started. Me, okay, let's get started. Clyde, So where are we gonna go to find some materials for recycling? Me, what better place to start than the place we throw out our garbage, the dump. Lincoln, that's a great place to start. Lainey, let's do it. We went to the Gotham Royal York dump and we got to work. We had numerous bags with us labeled with all the things we need to get. We had work gloves on and we were filling our bags to the brim with all kinds of recyclable materials. When we were done with the dump, we got the garbage level down to 25% and we had lots of bags full of glass, plastic, aluminum, copper, and newspapers. Not only that, but Lainey replaced all the buildings all over Gotham Royal York with massive plants and trees that looked like all the buildings themselves. And she also built awesome houses and more. We also built wind farms, solar energy farms, and water mill generators. Our estate was left the same. Gotham Royal York was now a true jungle. We went back home and we tallied up our recycling. Me, we're off to a great start, guys. Lainey, we sure are. Lincoln, yep. Lori, I think this is literally a fantastic project, guys. Me, thanks Lori. And I'm glad we're all doing our part. Lana, I am too, JD. This is so awesome that we're working to help our planet. Me, it sure is. Optimus Primal, I must admit this is a very interesting way to help out the planet. Me, we have a lot of technologies to try and save our planet. Pterosaur, wasn't there a group of kids that protect the Earth from environmental threats? Me, yes, there is Pterosaur. They are called the Planeteers. They are 5 kids from 5 parts of the world. Lady Gaia, the spirit of the earth, gave them 5 powerful and magical rings to them. They are as follows. Quame of Africa, he has the power of earth. Wheeler of North America, he has the power of fire. Linka of Eastern Europe, she has the power of wind. Gi of Asia, she has the power of water. And lastly Matii from South America, he has the power of heart. They are the Planeteers and their major mission is to defend the planet from the evil eco-villains that want to destroy the very planet we live on. Lainey, that's a huge job. Lincoln, they have a job as big as ours. Me, you got that right. Poison Ivy, you know, this is exactly why I began my former life of crime in the first place. Me, that is a huge sense of irony, hey? But this job for the Planeteers is as big as ours. That's right, JD. Nutsin. An astral image appeared and it was a woman with dark purple hair and purple eyes. Me, gasp, kneels down, Lady Gaia, spirit of earth. It's truly an honor. Gaia, same to you, JD. We heard so much about all your achievements. We would like to have you come to the island. We have to talk. Me, we would be honored. Gaia vanished and we went to the island of the Planeteers. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We arrived at the island of the Planeteers. It was located in the Caribbean. Me, wow. So this is the island of the Planeteers. Luna, it sure is beautiful, dudes. Lainey, it sure is. We saw the Planeteers headquarters. Me, nice headquarters. We walked up to the door and Wheeler answered it. Wheeler, JD. Nudson. It's such an honor to meet you. Come on in. Sorry if our headquarters doesn't look like much, though. Me, it's an honor to meet you too, Wheeler. Your headquarters is just as nice as ours. You're all doing a great job protecting the planet like we are. Wheeler, we sure are. Gaia, JD. Knudsen and Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Welcome. Me, Lady Gaia, thank you for inviting us over. Gaia, you are welcome. We were talking to the Planeteers about our adventures. GI, so Springfield, Oregon was a town built on darkness and corruption. Me, it sure was GI. We destroyed it because it has caused so much corruption and pain and suffering over the years. Springfield was completely doomed from the start. Linka, CP, Russian accent, it's good you all destroyed that town. Me, Thanks Linka. And you have our sympathies for what happened to your cousin. What Vermi News scum did was completely unforgivable. Linka. CP thank you JD. Me. You're welcome Linka. Wheeler. I will kill that rat for doing this to her. Francis. I'm actually surprised that you're actually eager to kill your enemies. Wheeler. Darkly let's just say that the last straw was scum getting Linka's cousin killed. And the fact that we could go to jail for murder. Me. It's not murder if we kill only those that deserve it. And all your enemies fall into that category. And you have the strength and support of Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Your enemies have now become ours as well. GI. Thank you so much JD. Me. You're welcome. TV reporter. We interrupt this broadcast with an emergency news report. Duke Nukem is causing havoc in Chernobyl. Along with what appears to be a more monstrous version of Tantrum aka Thomas Kim. We gasped. Me? Tantrum? I thought he was dead. Nico. He must have been reborn as a Heartless. Me? Must have. But who is Duke Nukem? Quame. He's one of our most dangerous enemies. He's a radioactive man that wants to turn the Earth into a radioactive wasteland. He is a dangerous mutant that can shoot radioactive blasts from his hands. He is also a walking disaster area and so his henchman, lead suit, like his name implies, has to wear a lead suit to be near him. His primary goal is to cover the entire planet in radiation and turn everyone into mutants like himself. He is also physically strong as he is the only eco-villain aside from Captain Pollution to actually defeat Captain Planet. The ecological disaster he represents is the misuse of nuclear power. In the two-part Captain Planet episode, Mission to Save Earth, Duke is among the 5 eco-villains who create Captain Pollution. They did this by creating and using 5 anti-elemental rings consisting of deforestation, toxins, smog, super radiation, and hate. Duke's element was super radiation. Unfortunately for the eco-villains, Captain Pollution was destroyed and the anti-elemental rings along with him, leading Duke and the other villains to flee. Me. This guy is a walking nuclear reactor. And Blight sure gave us a run for our money. GI. Is it Dr. Blight? Me. No. This was someone else. His real name was Derek Powers and he was poisoned by a deadly nerve gas of his own creation. The only way to treat him was with high levels of gamma radiation. But it had an unexpected side effect and it made him turn into Blight, a walking radioactive hazard. This is what he looked like. I showed them what Blight looked like and they gasped. Me? Yet. He emitted as much radiation as Chernobyl. But we got to stop Duke Nukem and Tantrum. Gaia, you will need this then. Gaia fired a purple beam of energy into the sky and a gold ring appeared and it had a gem that was purple and it had a lightning bolt in the gem. Me? Wow. What's this ring for? Gaia, it's the ring of lightning. I'm sure you know what to do. Me? I do Lady Gaia. Thank you. Let's fly. I put the ring on my finger and we were off to Chernobyl, Ukraine. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. In Chernobyl, Duke Nukem and the Heartless Tantrum were wreaking havoc and destroying everything. Then blasts of fire and earth flew at him and hit Duke Nukem with incredible power and sent him crashing into a building. Edzilla punched the Heartless Tantrum in the stomach and slammed him into a wall. The Tantrum Heartless was now called Thunderous Tantrum and he looked like a purple version of Thing. Thunderous Tantrum. Sees Edzilla Tantrum remember. He suddenly got flashbacks of fighting Edzilla during the fights at Dakota City and during the fight with the Fright Knight. Thunderous Tantrum. Enraged Tantrum remember you. Edzilla. He and Thunderous Tantrum punch each other at Smash Purple Thing. Duke Nukem. I'm actually glad you plain tears aren't holding back on me anymore. Because it's just made you reckless and more vulnerable to attack. Punches Wheeler. Wheeler had a bleeding cut on her forehead and I fired a powerful energy blast and it hit Duke Nukem and exploded. It blew his whole right arm off and he screamed in excruciating pain. Terrorsaur. Let's get them guys. Terrorsaur terrorize. Terrorsaur transformed. Danny. I'm going ghost. Danny turned into Danny Phantom. Static helped Wheeler up. Static, are you alright, Wheeler? Wheeler, yet. Static, Tantrum is a tough guy, Wheeler. He's a mindless beast that is all brawn and no brains. Wheeler, to Static. Static, how did you defeat Tantrum the first time? Static, I just let him tire himself out. But that probably won't work this time. Me, no it won't. It's time for some teamwork. Power up, guys. We transformed and powered up. Maria, let's get them. Ready, Arazam? Arazam, you know I am always ready, sis. Maria, Aqua Maria. Arazam appeared in a blinding flash of aqua blue light. Nico, Duke Nukem, you have failed this city. Me, more like he has failed the whole world. You will pay for everything you've done. Now you will be the first Echo villain we killed and send off to hell. Duke Nukem, come and get me. Me, with pleasure. I went at Duke Nukem and punched him in the face with devastating force, and the ground underneath him exploded and blew him into the air. Killer Frost fired a powerful blast of snow and icicles at the thunderous Tantrum, and they froze and skewered him, and Killer Frost punched him in the face. Poison Ivy lashed him in the back with a whip of ivy, and he was itching bad. Lana fired a blast of ice and froze off his arms and legs. Me, time for some heavy hardware. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. Metroplex's powerful giant battle axe appeared, and the Giganteon Cyber Planet Key went into the top of it and turned it into a powerful battle axe. Edzilla knocked down the thunderous Tantrum. Hulk help Edzilla with puny ripoff. Grabs thunderous Tantrum by the throat. Me, pass me the ball, Hulk. I went at the Tantrum heartless, and Hulk threw him at me. I swung the axe and it slammed into the Tantrum heartless with devastating force and blew him apart into a gory mess of icy blood and guts. Lainey, that was awesome. Lola, that was the most awesome attack ever. Me, thanks guys. Metroplex's axe really comes in handy. Now for Duke Nukem. We went at Duke Nukem and I slammed the axe into him and blew his legs to pieces. Me, lightning. I fired a powerful blast of lightning from my ring and it hit Duke Nukem and exploded. Me, oh that was awesome. Arazam, it sure was. Sis, can I use the powers of the Transformers and the Cyber Keys? Maria, you sure can, sis. We all can use them. Arazam, sweet. Let's see here. Earth Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into her device and a rocket launcher formed, and it opened and out came a powerful missile launcher. Arazam, oh this is so awesome. Nico, that's Thunderblast's rocket launcher. Arazam, awesome. Terrorsaur, very impressive. Let's use a combo on him. Arazam, you got it, Terrorsaur. Terrorsaur fired a powerful energy blast from his shoulder cannons and his blaster, and Arazam fired a powerful laser missile from her rocket launcher. Arazam and Terrorsaur, laser energy storm cyclone. Arazam and Terrorsaur's blasts bombarded Duke Nukem and exploded with incredible power. Lola fired a massive blast of fire and burned Duke Nukem. Tyranny fired a powerful blast of fire and burned him and melted part of his chest. Bloom, Dragon Fire. Bloom fired a massive blast of fire and it turned into a dragon of pure fire and it hit Duke and exploded. Crabwong. Lee fired massive fireballs at Duke Nukem and burned him. Swerve, Cybertron, now it's time for our combo. Danny Phantom, let's get him, Swerve. Swerve, Cybertron Cyber Key Power. The Velocitron Cyber Planet Key went into the back of the roof of him, turned into a blaster. He fired and Danny fired a blast of echo energy. Swerve and Danny Phantom, Energy Ghost Laser Storm. The blasts combined and turned into a barrage of energy lasers and ghost bombs, and they hit Duke Nukem and exploded. Me, awesome. Now it's final smash time. Francis, Wheeler, would you like to have a shot at him? Wheeler, it would be an honor, Francis. Let's do it together. Francis, let's get him. Francis and Wheeler, Inferno Firestorm Fury. Francis and Wheeler fired a massive blast of fire and it hit Duke Nukem and exploded with incredible power. Crab I am. When the smoke cleared, Duke Nukem was weak and on his last legs. Francis, my turn. Firestorm Tornado Spin. Francis fired a massive blast of fire and it turned into a massive tornado of pure fire and it spun Duke Nukem around. Wheeler, my turn. Fireball Barrage of Pyros. Wheeler fired a massive barrage of fireballs at Duke and they all exploded. Me, now to make sure you never terrorize and destroy our planet ever again, Nukem. This time you will die. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. My device on turned into a huge earth-shattering drill and the Giganteon Cyber Planet Key went into the back of it and enhanced it. Me, awesome. It's Minosaur's drill. Nico, it's not from the Minosaur of the Stunticons. Me, no, this is totally different. Now it's time to finish this freak once and for all. I charged and Duke Nukem was up on half of his body and I slammed the drill straight into his chest and he screamed in excruciating pain as he was being ripped apart by the power of the drill. Me, go to hell. And stay there, you fucking son of a bitch. The power of Minosaur's drill completely shattered Duke Nukem into a million pieces, killing him instantly. When the dust cleared, I was standing victorious and the drill was glowing red hot. Me, that's the end of the radioactive terror, Duke Nukem. Everyone cheered. Nico, JD, that was so awesome. Me, it sure was. Minosaur, Irish accent, you did well there, lad. My drill really helped you out there. Me, it sure did, Minosaur. And it was so awesome using it on him. One thing is left undone. I went to his severed right arm and pulled off a ring it had on it and it was one of the 5 rings of destruction. The one Duke Nukem had was for radiation. Me, this ring will be a perfect trophy. Now to make sure that Nukem never returns. Nicole, what are you gonna do with him, Dad? Me, obliterate him in the one place he never knew about. I'm gonna throw him into a black hole. Nico, good idea. Lincoln, that's a great place to throw him into. Me, yep. I opened a portal and it led into the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. I threw the pieces and dust of Duke Nukem into the portal and they went into the black hole and were completely obliterated in an instant. Me, that's it for him. The portal closed and Nicole sealed his spirit into the Book of Vile Darkness. Nico, that's it for him. The radioactive menace known as Duke Nukem has been silenced forever. Me, yep. Wheeler, that was awesome, guys. Me, thanks, Wheeler. How did you like using a final smash? Wheeler, it was so awesome. Me, I'm glad you liked it. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We were back at the island of the Plain Tears and we formed an alliance with them. We proposed to work together to rid the world of the enemies of the Plain Tears. Day 1 of the Earth Day project is done. Earlier I caught a Charizard and Nico caught a Misdreavus and a Slowking. Wheeler, to the viewers, picking up trash is good but recycling is much better. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another saga is underway and part 1 is done. This saga is part of an 8-day saga we have in progress for the great adventures of the cartoon Captain Planet and the Plain Tears. One of my favorite cartoons from my youth. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man as usual. Next up is Load and Plunder. The Lex Luthor of the Plain Tears. See you all next time.